What's up, people? In this video, this one comes from Merdad Kabiri Dastabaz. It's a mystery video. Didn't tell me what it was, but it was linked to me on this Alice Olivia. So, yeah. Larry Wheels. It's that powerlifter guy, right? Oh, I heard about this on 4chan. Basically, this guy, Larry Wheels, he's like super famous powerlifter, and now this girl is saying that like he raped her or something. God. Oh, it's a Me Too thing. Larry out here banging 10-10-10s. What do you think about that, Dale? Okay. Yeah, honestly, if I ever get famous, so many girls are going to be like, he tried to kiss me when I didn't want him to. He's a rapist. Like, sorry, ladies, but like, you know, you got to try, right? Like, it didn't work out, fine. But come on, like, that's really rape. Like, you try to kiss a girl and she doesn't want to. Like, she's not going to try and kiss you. You know, you got to fucking try. All right, anyway.
Hi you guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all the support I've been getting for the past couple of months. As you can see, I'm clearly not in a gym. I'm making a video in regards to my past relationship with Larry. Larry Wills, as you guys know him by. For the past 4 months, if not every day, every other day, I've been getting people reaching out to me, wanting to know just what has happened between us. And you know what? I totally understand you guys. You guys have been seeing us for the past 5 years together, and you just want to know why things ended the way they did. All the way to the trolls who said they wish I died, to threatening my life. And lastly, I have asked Larry numerous amounts of times to not reach out to me, to move on with his life, and you know, to let it be. And it seems by just asking him that, it's not going to happen. So there are a lot of reasons why Larry and I did not work out, and just for the sake of time, I want to narrow them down to the more important ones. One being cheating, infidelity, and two, which, you know, it took a really long time for me to admit this to myself, even in privacy. It took a lot of talking to professionals, and it took a lot of space from him to, you know, really understand what I have been dealing with in my relationship with him for years, and that is abuse. And I mean, that's abuse across the board: physical, mental, emotional, and narcissistic abuse with this person. Starting with the cheating aspect, like I said, I've been with him for 5 years, and he's cheated on me for 5 years, since day one. This is cheating on me with a woman. This is cheating on me with a man. This is cheating on social platforms. I have had people reach out to me, sending me screenshots. I've had people reach out to me, asking me if I'm with this person. I've had people stalk my page. I've even had women from Chatterbait reach out to me and inform me of their relations with one another. You know, at the end of the day, cheating is cheating, and he's never been loyal to me in that sense.
Okay, so two things. Number one, I'm going to change my overlay because I think she's putting everything on the right side here. So, okay, what seems to be missing from this cheating stuff is catching him in the act, right? Anybody can send a message and be like, "I fucked your man, girl. Like, he mine." You know what I mean? Like, it's is that you know, is that proof? I don't think so. It doesn't sound like it. You know. Like, I don't think if she's mad because he cheated on her, is that abuse? I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think this whole Me Too thing, like, honestly, like, you guys, you women, like, you ruined the whole Me Too movement. Like, in its, like, the Harvey Weinstein thing, like, the guy was obviously a creep, you know, did like some fucked up shit, but obviously, like, you know, now women are like coming out and they're stretching like the definition of what this like sexual harassment or abuse actually is. So it's kind of like, unfortunately, like, watered down the significance of it, at least I think, in the eyes of most people, right? And you can like try and virtue signal and be like, well, how dare you, like, some woman said she was abused, how dare you not believe her without any proof? Like, okay. And another thing, I think, on a more, you know, on a more like conceptual level, I don't think, like, I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with cheating. Obviously, you know, it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's a dick move, but if you're not married to the person, then I don't know, were they married? Maybe they were married, I'm not sure. But if you're married to the person, I think that's probably wrong, because you do, like, you know, you take an oath and all that, like, whatever. I'm not going to say that, you know, ethically, I guess you could say it's not right, but you know, like, if you know that that's what it is going in. Like if you're a girl, you're dating some fucking famous, like super good looking, like power lifter, like fitness celebrity basically. This guy has access to like literally like thousands of women who would fuck him in a bathroom like that, probably pay for it. You know what you're getting into, right? Like you can't, how can you same thing if you're a guy and you date like a super hot like girl like who like has, let's call them like gold digger tendencies, right? Whatever, however you want to define that, right? Like if you're a guy and you decide to like wife up some girl who, no offense to anybody in particular, I'm not just thought experiment here. You decide to like wife up some girl. Let's say you're not like super good looking, but you have a lot of money, and she tends to go for guys with money, and she cheats on you with some like really good looking guy. Like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like that's, Like she could get better than you. So like, you set yourself up for failure. Yeah, okay, fine. Ethically, I guess you could say it's not right, but the fucking lion is going to eat the gazelle. You know what I mean? It's ethically right? No, but like that's nature.
I'm gonna be honest, you guys. I'm not a perfect person. Like, I have my own insecurities and my own flaws. And when you couple that with somebody who, like, just really genuinely doesn't care for you and doesn't have a high level of respect and love for you, that can really escalate things in a relationship with one another in a detrimental way. And it did. When it's obvious that someone can cheat on you and you take them back and it becomes a vicious cycle. The next thing that I don't want to say that it did happen between us was the verbal, the emotional, and the narcissistic abuse from him. I can't even explain to you how many times I've been called out of my name when it comes to him. I can't even explain to you how much self-esteem issues I have developed by being with him for so long. And I don't want to blame him entirely for that. I definitely want to own up to that part of the situation, because I should have never allowed anyone to say the things that he has said to me, and allow that to develop into insecurity, allow that to develop into body image issues. I work out and I like to lift heavy just like he does, and it takes muscle to do that. And he has informed me on more than one occasion that, that kind of look, muscular look, or whatever the case may be, is just not something he likes. But being told that, that instills, like I said, a sense of insecurity and doubt within my physical appearance. So, as time has kind of moved on, and you're already dealing with cheating and infidelity, you're dealing with disrespect, disloyalty, you're dealing with narcissism, and this is all stemming from someone who comes from dysfunction.
All right, so this is abuse. Like expressing your preference is abuse now. In case you guys don't know who Larry Wheels is, right? Because like, let's put this in perspective. I want you to see what this guy looks like. This guy's a fucking monster. All right, like to give you an idea, right? This is the most common picture that I've seen of him floating around, right? Like the guy is, he's like unreal type of body. Yeah, this one. Like, look at this. Come on. How to give you an idea, right? But is that emotional, what you call it? Emotional abuse. Notice she didn't say physical abuse, like actual abuse, right? But to be like, you're getting a little muscular, maybe a little too muscular. Like I like girls that have a little more fat on them. Oh my God, abuse. Yeah, I mean, so far not looking good. If she came out and she was like, she told a specific story, like one time, we were at a club and I was talking to a guy and Larry got really jealous and like he grabbed my arm really hard. Even that is like, it's like a bit of a stretch, right? Because like I've like grabbed a girl's arm and they're like, oh my God, you're hurting me, and like not grabbing her hard at all. You know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway, that sounds probably pretty bad if I say that. You guys think I'm like an abuser. Anyway, if she was like, oh, we were at a club and I was talking to another guy and he grabbed my arm, and then like, if he pulled like a Chris Brown Rihanna thing and like beat the shit out of her, like actually, okay, fine, that's clear. But like, some girls messaged me on Instagram and told me that they fucked him. Some girls, like I opened his computer and saw that he went to Chatterbait. And he told me that like he doesn't like a lot of muscle on girls. Therefore, I was abused. Like, there's more. Let's maybe there's more.
The only thing that happens next is the physical aspect of abuse. And I have a screenshot from 2016 when we dealt with our first physical altercation. And it's,
I told you, let's take a break until the beginning of the year. Blah, blah, blah. Even in the midst, I would never kick you out of my place. There's no mention here of physical abuse. Oh, I was swinging at you trying to fight. I held my ground until you put your hands on me. Okay. Yeah, put your hands on me. That's that could mean a lot of things. Yeah. Well, let's see where she's going with this.
After me asking him about an infidelity issue, and keep in mind, any argument or any physical altercation I've had with him has stemmed from me standing up for myself, from me asking him about him cheating, from me wanting respect or being tired of being disrespected. And within this screenshot, it's me, like I said,
So this is something that I noticed like in The Sopranos, right? If you guys have ever seen The Sopranos. Shit, hold on.
And he has informed me on more than one occasion that, that kind of look, muscular look, or whatever the case may be, is just not something he likes. But being told that, that you're already dealing with cheating and infidelity, you're dealing with shot from 2016 when we dealt with our first.
Okay, so there, like, if you take a look at this, right? Like, let's pretend this is a court case, right? This is her doing all of what you did. Has no justification whatsoever. I wasn't cussing and yelling at you all crazy all night. I was swinging at you trying to fight. I held my ground until you put your hands on me. Okay, this is the accusation right here. Okay, how do we start seeing you again? I'm down to see you today and work out, eat, chill, and talk about where we can get counseling. When do we meet? There's no admission of guilt here. There's no acknowledgement of this statement. So like, he didn't deny it either. But again, this is something that reminds me of like The Sopranos, where like if some characters at some point in the show would wear a wire, right, and they would kind of like say something to Tony, like mentioning some specific crime that had happened, and he would just kind of like look at them and be like, and not say anything is the point. So it's like they're kind of wise to the fact that this might be some sort of like, I don't want to say entrapment, but like, I don't know, entrapment is the only word I think of. Okay, like, is like putting your hands on another person, is that abuse? Depends, I guess. Like, what does that even mean, really? But like, it could be. In the middle of an argument, like putting your hands, like let's say like you grab somebody by the arms, by the shoulders, right? Is that abuse? Is that how you want to define that as abuse, right? Like, let's say, like, she hits him or something, right? And he grabs her by the arms to, like, stop her from doing it. Is that abuse? Maybe. I don't know.
Physical altercation. And it's after me asking him about an infidelity issue. And keep in mind, any argument or any physical altercation I've had with him has stemmed from me standing up for myself, from me asking him about him cheating, from me wanting respect or being tired of being disrespected. And within this screenshot, it's me, like I said, talking about our first physical altercation with one another. And I'm informing him, like, you can't just take somebody and slam them to the ground and stand on top of them and use intimidation to instill fear and keep someone in place. Like, I'm 5'5". At the time I weighed like 125, 130 pounds. He's 6'1", he weighs 270 pounds. So, I'm no match for someone of that size, obviously. And, I know that was the beginning of something that should have ended right then and there, but I didn't leave. As the years progressed from 2016, so did our physical altercations. So did the physical abuse between one another. But I would say one of the biggest abusive instances that we had together was when we moved to LA. And I want to share with you and give you guys some insight as to, how it is to deal with him when things have escalated to that degree. I have some sound clips of one of our arguments when we were in LA. And like I said, it stemmed from me asking him, just like a simple question, like, who are you talking to? Who are you cheating on me with? And of course, he doesn't like that kind of stuff. He doesn't like the consequences to his actions. And one thing led to another, and it led to him, him hitting me with closed fists, in my legs, my ribs, my arms, my head, my face. And I want to give you, like I said, give you guys some insight into what that sounds like. So. I'm not moving. Don't. It's mine. It's mine. Do you fucking understand? This is mine. Get out of my way. Fucking move. You understand it? Do you fucking understand it? Get off of me. Get off of me. Get out of here. You fucking get out of here. You don't deserve this shit. You understand? You are so fucking. So that is the initial part of the argument. That's where he, like I said, he had.
So come on. I mean, it's very dramatic, right? But that's not proof that he was hitting her, right? She seems, get off me, get off of me. That's not. There's no police report. There's no like bruising. I mean, maybe there was allegedly, but like, where's the proof of that bruising? Where are the pictures? You know what I mean? So, um, like, you know, if I'm not saying this stuff didn't happen, right? But there's no proof that it happened. And when you're like trying, I don't, is she gone to the police? Has this guy like been arrested or something? I'm not really sure. But when you're trying to, I don't want to say smear somebody, but because this is a smear, really. That's what this is. This is like a smear to like get some, I think, money out of him, by settling in court from her dropping any charges that she levels against him. I'm assuming this is not just her like, I just want to tell you guys what happened and that's it. Now I want to go live my life and not like press charges. Maybe that's what's happening. I guess that maybe would be like, what's the point of even doing that? Just to like ruin somebody's life? I don't know. But again, like that, it sounds dramatic, but you got to keep in mind, like she knows she was recording it, right? She recorded it on purpose, right? She's basically like, this is premeditated. She thinks to herself like, I'm going to ask him some questions about infidelity and I'm going to piss him off because I know he gets pissed off when he does that. And, you know, I'm going to like say all these things when the recording is going. I'm not saying that he didn't do it, but again, it's like, it's not enough proof, right? It doesn't prove that it happened.
Has physically struck me with closed fists. You know, I've never been in an abusive relationship outside of him. I don't come from abuse. I was never informed on what to do in situations like that or any other prior situations. Things escalate so quickly, and you know, it's hard to kind of formulate what to do next. But I did know at that time, because of how fearful I was of him, that I needed to protect myself. And the only thing I knew what to do was to grab a weapon. So I did. I grabbed a knife. I ran. I sat in the corner, and I didn't approach him. I didn't lunge at him. I didn't use it on him. I sat in the corner, and I just informed him to like leave me alone. Like, don't approach me. So this is the second sound clip. I only have 3, but this is of me in the corner sitting and talking to him about the situation.
Sorry, I'll just slow this down.
I'm not gonna stab you. This is for my protection. I'm not gonna stab you. It has nothing beneficial for me. But you think you can hit women like that? What the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck raised you?
Call police.
We need to call the police.
Right now.
I don't need to do that. What the fuck is your problem?
Keep whining.
I'm whining.
Keep whining.
You got some serious nerve.
Keep fucking whining.
You got some serious fucking nerve.
Yeah, keep whining. Just run to me. Go ahead.
I'm not.
Okay, again, that's like, that doesn't prove anything. So, you know, that's like, there's no admission of guilt. There's no confession. It's just like a sound clip, right? Did he really hit her? Did he really do that? Like, I'm not saying that he didn't, but again, that's not proof. This is not proof. Like, what about doing a video? You didn't think to do a video? Yeah, like all this stuff, it's just not enough. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, like it sucks for a girl to come out and like accuse some guy and have, you know, some asshole like me not believe it immediately without questioning anything. But like, you know, this is somebody's like life we're talking about, right? You want to like send him to jail like forever because of some sound clip? That's not enough. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for like the police report. You know, like Rihanna, for example, fucking great example. Like, how did that guy not go to jail? Shit.
He tells me I need to stop whining. You know, that was one thing he would always tell me, is that I complain too much. I always acted as if I was a victim, and I need to stop whining, whether that be in regards to him cheating or whether that be in regards to the physical abuse that I went through with him. The next thing that came from that, you guys, I'm gonna be honest, it still breaks my heart till this day, and I never looked at him the same after that, after what he did next. He ended up calling the cops on me and flipping the script and making it seem as if I was the attacker. He lied about, you know, the situation that had just happened to make himself appear, you know, as if he wasn't the one doing the attacking. So this is what the act sounds like of him calling the cops on me.
What are you doing? No, because I'm scared of you. And you're attacking me? That's what the fuck you're doing. Because I can show proof that my fucking leg is sucking you. You think you're gonna be the one that's calling the cops, Larry? You know what? Yeah, call the cops and have them so they can help escort me out. Because you're the one that's putting your hands on me. Because I'm scared for my life. Because you keep sucking me in my fucking face, in my legs, everything.
It's not true.
It's not true. That's why I'm recording all this shit. If it is true.
It's not true. You know, I don't know if you guys are aware of what's been going on in the news, but
So again, that's not proof. None of this is proof, right? Like, where's the proof? Like, he called the cops. Was a police report filed? Like, they take pictures of all that shit, any scratches, any bruises, any of that, right? Like, what you know, you can't just believe. Basically, what it comes down to is this: you can't just believe somebody because they said something, even as bad and as like socially charged as the crime might be. This is very socially charged. Like some like celebrity, basically like allegedly, you know, beating the shit out of his girlfriend. It's very socially charged. So, you know, you can't just say something like that and not provide any proof. Like because then anybody would do it for any reason. You know what I mean? Like the consequences are too great for that to like go for that to be okay, if that makes sense.
But, you know, I'm a black woman, and when cops are involved in any kind of situation, you know, it never goes right for us. It never does. And when they came through those doors and they had their guns drawn on me, I really didn't know if that night I was going to lose my life. And I would have never thought at that time that it would have been because of somebody that I had spent 5 years with, that I was in a relationship with, that lied on me and put me in this situation. I could never look at Larry the same after that. You know, that's not a relationship problem. You know, that triumphs over any infidelity or cheating issue. That's a person problem. I've been with Larry for 5 years. I've been with him since he's been 19. Before he was who you guys see him on social media now, I was with him from day one. And from day one, I have wanted the best for him. I've always wanted to see him succeed. I've always been his number one fan at every competition, every interview, photo shoot. It didn't matter. I was always there cheering him on. And I knew I would do anything and everything I possibly could to help him make it. I left my life in New York for him to come to LA and help him further his career. I used to tell Larry all the time, you know, when people really love you, and I mean like they really love you, like love you without condition. There is no condition to what my love will do for you. There's no amount of money, there's no amount of trips or gifts that you can give me to suffice or replace the kind of unconditional love that I give and want in return. When people are like that, they should be strong enough to hold like a mirror to your face and show you all the good that you are, but also show you all the bad that you are. And when they see the ugly in you, they stay to help you maneuver through all of that. And that's what I did. I took a lot of stuff from him because I loved him. And that's the kind of love that I know. That's the kind of love I come from. And I feel like that's not the love that he wanted, because that's not easy love. That's tough love. But it's there to make us grow. It's there to make us better. It's there so we don't end up in situations like this or be those kind of people like how he was. But that's, like I said, that's not the love that he wanted from me. It demanded too much of him that he wanted to give. You know, I'm in a stage of my life now where I'm rebuilding myself from the inside out. I am looking to be happy. I am looking for my peace of mind now, because I lost those things. I lost those things to toxicity. And I lost him for 5 years. You can only imagine the kind of state that leaves somebody in. I want to move on with my life. I want Larry to move on with his. And I keep him in my prayers that whoever is in his corner now, whoever is his team now, that they love him enough, just like I did. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, tip for all you girls out there. Like, if somebody beats you, like, go to the police and file a report when you still have like the bruises, you know what I mean, or call the police immediately. Like, because this is not how to do it. Okay, this is like actually, if some guy actually beats you, right? Like, you know, you can't just. A lot of people will take stuff like this out of context, right? They'll be like, oh, you know, they'll reduce it to a man abusing a woman. Okay, that's what it's reduced to, right? But you have to consider everything. Okay, it's a famous guy. Okay, she's very jealous of him, like cheating on her all the time, which is not a crime, by the way. It's not like you don't go to jail for that. Okay, famous guy. She's jealous of him, like cheating on her with all these people. She maybe feels like she has to do crazy shit to like keep him. He's, you know, an asshole, apparently. Let's just say he's an asshole, and she needs to do crazy shit to like keep his attention and like keep her emotionally engaged with him. And what this seems like is that she just like took it too far, and he basically like saw that she's kind of crazy, pulled a knife on him or something, and was like, okay, like I gotta fucking get rid of this bitch, like for sure, like forever. And then he would probably like cut off contact from her, and you know, she's like doing this to like, this is like the final push of effort, because she sees that like, I'm sorry, whatever, like I'm insensitive, but like he's not her meal ticket anymore. So now she's going to try and like milk this he abused me, which are buttons that are very easy to push on people. He abused me physically, he abused me emotionally, he cheated on me. Those are all things that like will immediately like get people to react without them looking too deeply in it. When unfortunately the only proof that she has, like I'm willing to like, I'm not okay, so like to give you an example, let's talk about Chris Brown and Rihanna, right? Like he beat the shit out of her, and then she like went to the cops and like showed, like there's that picture of her where she's like, she looks like she actually looks like somebody beat the shit out of her. You know what I mean? That's the right move. That's clear that, like, you know, and then the cops went and arrested them, like all this shit. I think they arrested him. You know what I mean? But to like to wait to first of all to like record this without him knowing, to take like screenshots of all of these like messages designed to entrap somebody, right? Come on, like your only proof is like a recorded audio message of you saying, "Don't put your hands on me, stop touching me, stop hitting me," or something like that. That's not proof in and of itself. That's not enough of a reason to like arrest somebody and send them to jail and ruin their life and ruin their career. You know, again, like I'm saying, I'm not saying he didn't do it. You know, maybe he did. I don't know, but like, you know, he called the cops on her, right? And because like black women in America, like, you know, cops don't like black men either. You know what I mean? Like, it's not right. And like, if you think about it from like a cop's point of view, somebody calls you and they're like, "My girlfriend's insane. She pulled a knife on me. She won't leave my apartment. Like, come get her out of here, please, because I'm worried she's gonna kill me." You know what I mean? Like, that's from the cop's point of view. It has nothing to do with being black or not, right? Now again, like, it's possible that he like orchestrated this entire thing and like tricked her somehow, and he's this like evil genius who actually like hit her but didn't leave any marks apparently. You know, and called the cops on her, and she just has an audio recording where she's like freaking out and going ballistic. Yeah, anyway, not looking good. What's this girl's name? KingC. Yeah, so I'm not, and again, I don't know anything about Larry Wheels. The only thing I know about him is literally this picture, and that he's mentioned in 4chan sometimes. But I'm like, anytime I see this like Me Too stuff, like you can't just blindly believe it anymore, right? With like Harvey Weinstein, the guy obviously had a reputation as like a creepy dude who did this kind of thing for like years. Who's like known for that. But now you have all these women who are like, "Oh my God, like you can just say stuff like this on the internet and people will believe you automatically without like, you get all this like social proof without providing any proof. Okay, I'll do it too." So, you know, at least come with like stronger proof than your like audio messages, you know what I mean? Or your like recordings and a screenshotted message where there's no admission of guilt or no confession, where you're saying like, "You touched me, you put your hands on me, blah, blah, blah." That's just not enough, if that makes sense, right? Anyway, thank you for telling me to do this video. Merdad, what was it? Merdad Kabiri. You guys have any other recommendations for videos? Let me know, leave me a comment. Peace.